Hello, this is Lavistro the Dragon, coming to you with the latest in gaming news, tips, and tricks in the industry. If you like my work and wish to support, please hit the subscribe, like, and notification bell. Don't forget to share this video to push us out into the algorithm. And join us 10:30 Central Time PM for live gaming streams. Also, be a member of our Discord and you'll get updates on latest videos, tweets, live streams, and be a part of a community that talks about great games. Today's topic: player sues Bandai and FromSoftware for cut content games due to difficulty. Game 8 reports Elden Ring player sues for content being inaccessible due to skill issues. While this is published July 31st of 2024 and it's the middle of August during this video, I decided to cover it now because I just heard about this. Elden Ring player has filed a lawsuit against Bandai Namco and FromSoftware, alleging consumers were misled by concealing substantial game content. Read on to learn more about the lawsuit, its chances of success, and the plaintiff's true intentions. I can tell you right now, it ain't going to succeed. Elden Ring player files lawsuit in small claims court, content hidden by skill issue. What we're seeing right now is a screenshot from 4chan. It reads, only 2 months remain starting today. September 25th, 2024 is when Bandai Namco Games enters court for a hearing in my Elden Ring lawsuit that claims we have only played half of FromSoftware's games and a whole new game is hidden inside, and that it's too hard to access for even its most dedicated fans. In less than 2 months, you will be forced to realize game devs cater to crazy people because they have courage that you don't, to explore the unknown world. You'll be forced to realize hackers have been lying to you, telling you content is cut, when it's actually just undiscovered. Look up the docket number for updates on the case. Docket 2425 SC 000677. Trial date September 25th, 2024 at 9 a.m. I decided to look this up because at first I thought this was a joke, but sadly it's not a joke. I censored the name because even though the guy is an idiot, I don't think it's a good idea to go around sharing his name publicly. As you can see, censored name v. Namco Entertainment Inc. There's his docket number, Massachusetts State District, filed July 1st, 2024. Coming events, magistrate's hearing, small claims date, September 25th, 2024, 9 a.m. Just like he said, docket text. This is what was filed so far. All this on July 1st. Statement of claims entered, verification of defendant's address, form filed, exhibit or document for inclusion in small claims case filed, small claims magistrate hearing scheduled, notices of parties, disposition pending. Continuing with the Game 8 article, Elden Ring player took to the online forum 4chan to announce that they will take Bandai Namco to court on September 25th of this year, claiming that Elden Ring and other FromSoftware games contain a whole new game hidden inside, and that the developers intentionally obscured this content by making the games extremely difficult. You mean cut content? Like this one, for an example, on Nexus Mods since, I don't know, the 26th of October 2016 at 10:22 p.m. One of the most famous mods that every mod list says is a must-have, is essential. That was created by Artmore and is still being used and updated as of 21st of July 2024 at 10:53 p.m. That's cut content. I mean, it's obvious right here. You can see all games, Skyrim Special Edition, mods, gameplay, cutting room floor, SSE for Skyrim Special Edition. Got almost 100K in endorsements, over 1 million unique downloads, 5 million downloads, 6 million views. It says about this mod, a mod to restore several pieces of cut content in Skyrim Special Edition. That is cut content. A content restoration mod for Skyrim Special Edition and official DLCs. For the depths of the ether or just a cutting room floor, comes forth several NPCs, some quests, and other miscellaneous content which was created but never implemented in the game. If you ever have a feeling that Skyrim was missing something, you're probably right. This mod should relieve a bit of that. Villages that were supposed to exist have been brought back. Quests that were partially implemented have been completed. Various items have been restored that were still in the game data files. NPCs have been brought back to the game and given homes where appropriate, plus plenty of other random business of stuff that was mentioned in the game but didn't exist yet. NPCs were implemented using the list available on the USEP. I think that's unofficial Elder Scrolls. I can't remember. Unimplemented quests were seeded by the following list on USEP. Some unimplemented items have been added to the following USB list. Yeah, this is cut content that didn't make it into the game, whether it be crunch time, whether it be time constraints, out of scope, budget constraints, whatever the case may be. Something happened where it didn't make it into the final portion of the game, and the developers just left it in there. That's common practice since the first generation consoles over 40 years ago. Yay. Continue to Games 8 article. FromSoftware games are renowned for their challenging but fair difficulty. The recent release Elden Ring DLC Shadow of the Erdtree further elevates this reputation, as even seasoned veterans found the additional content too difficult. Another screenshot from the 4chan website. Are you familiar with division by zero? Closer to equation gets to zero, the higher the increase of the change becomes, approaching infinity. In this case, we have a whole bunch of hints that there's another world out there. No evidence, but these constant hints game developers keep dropping out. For instance, in the case of Sekiro, a ninja Genichiro in Sekiro's art book teasing that he might be a ninja from the other side of the story. In the case of Bloodborne, we see Gurman in the fishing hamlet in a magazine scan, things that haven't been found in their respective games. Oh, like when Link is eating a watermelon last summer? Are you saying that it's hinted that there's uncut content of watermelons that's actually in a whole new world? Is that what you're talking about? Like, I know he's not watching this, but if I saw him, I'd be asking him, you do realize how crazy you sound right now, right? The first answer is it was cut in development. The real answer is it's a whole new world. That's an idiot. Just like an equation approaches infinity, the closer it gets to division by zero, we're approaching the new world, and this evidence just keeps piling up. 38 years of video game hints, all leading up to this. Have you ever thought of a secret that lasted this long? No, because I don't believe in a secret government. I don't believe in conspiracy theories. I don't believe in none of that nonsense. I definitely don't believe game developers who need to make money are going to put content and lock it up because it's a waste of time and resources. Everything they give is going to be something that profits them. I mean, seriously, you tell me where a game company makes something, keeps it inaccessible for people, and can make money off of it. They can't do that. They don't make no money. People want to buy things. Now, they put things in games that you will have access to and don't tell you about because they know it would damage their money. All right, and they try to silence people for that. That's a thing. Continuing. However, the plaintiff, Nora Kurosagi, their username in 4chan, argues that the game's high difficulty level masks the fact that the substantial portions of their content remain undiscovered. They contend that Bandai Namco and FromSoftware falsely advertised the game as complete, citing data mined content as evidence. Yeah, he's talking about cut content. Unlike other players who believe this material was cut from the final product, the plaintiff insists that these are intentionally hidden. That's because he's not a player, he's not a gamer. Anyone who's an avid gamer knows that there is in-game cut content hidden in the game files that you can't access. You're not intended to access. They make sure it is not plugged into the game. Maybe it might be in an update or a DLC. Maybe it will never be used at all. But they have it in there because they ran out of time, budget constraints, or something of that nature, where it's not plugged into the game. The plaintiff admitted to have no concrete evidence to support their claims, relying instead on what they describe as consistent hints dropped by the game developers. They referenced Sekiro's art book, which hinted at Genichiro's potential as a ninja in the other side of the story, and a statement made by FromSoftware president Hidetaka Miyazaki about humanity's role as a shackle waiting to be broken in Bloodborne. Essentially, they summed up their case as, you paid for content that you can't access without even knowing about it. If they did that, they would be broke because they had nothing to profit. All the cut content was intended to be part of the game, but never made it to the final cut. That's why it's called cut content. It was cut from the game because it was unfinished content. Many found the case absurd, even if there were another game hidden in FromSoftware's games. Data miners would have known about it and made it public knowledge years ago. Yeah, exactly. I just gave an example of a data miner who made a mod of all the cut content for Skyrim. It's common for games to include remnants of cut content within their codes and files. This often happens due to time constraints or development limitations. See, like I said, it's a common practice amongst the gaming industry, and it doesn't necessarily indicate intentionally hidden content. Here's the big question. Can a lawsuit hold up in court? According to the government website of Massachusetts, where the plaintiff filed their case, the website I just mentioned earlier, anyone who is 18 or older can sue in small claims court. It's an informal court, so there is no need for an attorney. The validity of that explains a lot, actually. That explains a lot. Because I guarantee the attorney, not all attorneys, but a good attorney, one who's worth their salt and doesn't jeopardize their integrity, would tell him, kid, you don't have a case, go touch grass. Stay off the Twitter files, stay off the Tumblr, stay off the DeviantArt, stay away from the furry, and go do something with your life. The validity of the case, however, will be determined by a judge before or on the court date, which he's going to laugh that kid out the courtroom. The plaintiff could bring their claim under consumer protection law, which states that unfair or deceptive practices are illegal, by saying that the developers fails to tell you relevant information regarding the product or service or misleads you in any way. However, proving such claims will be a formidable challenge. The plaintiff must provide substantial evidence to support their allegations of the game having a hidden dimension in it. They must also defend how this deception harmed consumers. Without concrete proof, the case is likely to be dismissed due to being a highly speculative and lacking merit. Gee, you think? Like the flat earthers, like the 52,000 genders or whatever, like man could be a woman. All those things are speculative, none based in logic, all of them lacking merit, nothing based in science. They made up their own science so they have something to argue. But when you put that with real world application, it does not stand. Just like this, without the evidence, based on your own theories and your own little feels. This isn't a game. This is a nutcase who sucks at games and is trying to make a name for himself. He's trying to get justification. It's important to know that even if the plaintiff manages to overcome these hurdles and win the case, the potential damages awarded in small claim courts are limited. Despite this, before I continue, I'm going to say, not only is it limited, he's not going to even be able to get past discovery. The judge is going to laugh him out of court because he has no evidence. He's just saying circumstantial theories and conspiracy theories. That's like going to the court and saying that Area 51 is an alien shelter and there's a secret government. Outrageous claim. Okay, outrageous claim. Regardless of how you feel about it, it's an outrageous claim because you have no evidence. You need to provide proof. In a U.S. court of law system, for those who are from another country, in a U.S. court of law system, I don't know how other countries do it, but here, we have something called a Fifth Amendment, innocent until proven guilty. You make an accusation on someone that they are something. You have to provide proof of guilt. You do. This guy has no proof of guilt. All he has is a sick head that needs a head shrink. He needs to get off these Twitters and Tumblrs, go get some fresh air. Y'all mock me for being a dragon. Sheesh. Despite this, however, the plaintiff remains adamant about their case. I don't care if the case is dismissed, just so long as I get Namco Bandai on public record saying the dimension exists. Yeah, he's crazy. That's all I care about, the plaintiff stated in a 4chan thread. It goes to show you that if you start believing in conspiracy theories without any proof or evidence, it's your feels or your wishes that you want it to be true, regardless of what side you are on. And maybe you need a break from what you're doing. Maybe you need to go take some grass, maybe go mow a lawn, have some barbecue, go meet somebody, play a different game. But being terminally ill online is not healthy. Too much of anything is not a good thing. I don't care what you think you can argue anything you want. Too much of anything on this earth is not a good thing. It's not healthy for you. It will rot your brain, it will rot your body. This guy, I wouldn't bat an eye. I would laugh. I'd say he earned it if Namco Bandai and FromSoftware found his username and banned him from playing their games, especially if they had to go all that way to small claims court for a nothing burger. But what do you think? Does Nora Kurosagi have an actual case? Or should we make Asylums great again with him as one of the first patients? Is Namco Bandai hiding games content from us? Or is it just cut content that didn't make it in the final edition of the game? Let me know in the comments below. And as always, happy gaming.